Alright people, so gonna make this short, sweet, don't have much time, have a cold, if I choke, you know, please bear with me, and I'm just gonna try and make it through with this. Also the camera's at a funny angle, I've kind of, the stand, I've sort of lost the stand for it at the minute, so I'm just trying to use some kind of boxes and things, and it's kind of weird. I'm a bit higher up, but you know, I'm sorry about that. Don't be too disgruntled. All right. So, anyways, yeah, at the start of this chapter, this chapter actually, on the whole, it made you feel hopeless inside. It really did. Like at the end with the whole plane getting shot down, and Tsukiyama just the realization that this is it. Everybody who has kind of sacrificed themselves for him did it in vain, and I assume it is in vain because this is Ishida who is writing this, and he's not going to make any like plot hole super happily ever after kind of magic exceptions here. If this is it, this is it. So yeah, I'm not feeling very hopeful for Tsukiyama at the moment. But basically at the start, you have some pretty gory, fucked up scenes that I can't wait to see animated, with like people getting pierced with kagenis and all these. I can just tell it's going to be very beautiful and vibrant in colours whenever the animation gets around to happening. Just seeing all of the kind of the blood and the kagenis, and this makes me seem really sadistic and shit, but I bet them fight scenes are going to be beautiful between the CCG and the ghouls whenever that gets animated. Just seeing, there was one in particular of Kijima stabbing one of the ghouls right through like the chest with his kageni. It's not as kinky even, but yeah, he stabs him, and then the ghoul's kageni just kind of spread out like wings, and he's kind of stomped over, and that's going to be beautiful animated. But sorry about that, really I am. But so yeah, then you also have the likes of Kane appearing, and Kane was Tsukiyama's only hope at this stage, but it looks like he's going to be back. It's just had to go there, as I was saying. I'm going to try and merge the two videos together, which is a concept I've never done before, but I hope it goes well anyways. So yeah, and then you have the kind of, back to the chapter, alright? So you have the kind of scene with Kaneki just jumping through the window like some kind of ninja, and the glass shatters and he comes out with the kageni in his back, and it looks very cool with like the cars below, and that's just going to look fantastic, I think, in colour, animated and all of the rest of that. Then after this kind of scene, you get this really heart-wrenching, like absolutely just, it was a really sad moment between Tsukiyama and Matsume, and this scene, like, it really kind of tore me up inside. Like, just with the flashback and all, you see Tsukiyama as a child playing Scrabble. It's very cute, and then just of everything else, that was very pitiful for me. And just as she's going off to die with the goal to save him, and as she goes down, just to make the scene even more kind of sad and pathetic, you get Kijima and some of the CCG like taunting them and kind of joking around and like, haha, this is going to be fucking great, killing you guys and shit like that. And yeah, it was just really upsetting. Her final hope is to save him, and at this point that looks to be in vain. So just with the whole idea of her going to her death and it's not going to be for anything, that made it even more worse. And you know, and also just the context of the situation is, the whole scene was very like pitiful really, because you see the fact that these guys have known each other for years. She's not just like some new servant. She's been around for since she was a child, as we know, and just the whole idea that he was like her little brother, and they've been like this kind of person you've been looking after for your whole entire life, and you're devoted to him to the point at which you would die, and just for like your last wish, your death wish, to be shattered by Kaneki. Which brings me down to the last panel, which is Sasuke getting rid of the plane. It makes you think, what's going to happen next? Just because as soon as he sees Sukiyama, that look of astonishment on his face, like the realization, this guy's Sukiyama, oh shit, like, I fucked up here. It's just kind of like, what's going to happen next? Honestly, I'm not really sure what's going to happen, because this whole situation, along with Ishida's writing, it's just, I can't really predict what's coming out of this guy's mind at the moment. Like, maybe he'll get away, maybe Kane will save him, or maybe Eto or Noro will arrive. I don't think they would though, because they have no connections to Sukiyama. But they could, like, we could get like a good talk between Sasuke and Sukiyama, and then they come down after like a good kind of one-to-one talk. Or what could happen is Kaneki could like stop Sasuke from killing Sukiyama by giving him a headache. But then Sukiyama's got nowhere to run either, so you know, that's sort of, it's really game over for him, whether Kaneki stops him or not at this stage. Unless Kaneki's going to actively save him, which isn't going to happen. Kaneki is not going to save Sukiyama. At most, he would imprison him. But that's still not very good. Or it could just happen that he goes to prison and then meets Hinami. But yeah, either he's going to go to prison, or perhaps he still has one or two hopes left by the likes of Kane and Eto and Noru. Or maybe just something else is going to happen, because there's so many options with Ishida's writing that you just don't know what's going to happen, and that's one of the reasons we all love to kind of read Tokyo Ghoul, right? You know, you don't know what's going to happen next, and you never really do. Like, this is the kind of manga where you get stabbed for the head and then kind of come back to life, and it's done realistically as well. So I mean, like, if it was like Dragon Ball Z where you kind of wished everybody back, it would be like kind of not as good. But in this, it's like, it's sort of just, it's done in such a way that you can't really call it a cop-out or something. It's just, it's very good.